Hey Christians, Cain here. This Tuesday I want to talk to you about movement, specifically the movement that we're a part of. It's called Christianity. That's following Christ, running toward heaven. It's a movement. It's a revolution. Christianity turns the whole world upside down. How does that work? It's pretty simple. Jesus said, go in Matthew 28, and then the disciples, they just went. Read the book of Acts. It's called Acts because of all the action, Jesus said, go. Disciples go. Problems came. Big problem. Solution, keep on serving. Keep on spreading the word. Spreading the gospel was so much a part of who they were that there was nothing that could stop them from doing that. Not even the threat of isolation, not even prison, not even death. In fact, those persecutions actually caused the church to reach out even more. We read about that in Acts 8 and verse 4. There was no fear of embarrassment or awkward tension. There was no fear of even death. The Roman sword was powerless against the Christian movement, powerless against the gospel of Christ. And as a result, the church exploded. But now we're comfortable within the walls of our church buildings. A little too comfortable, if you ask me. It's time that we remember who we are, church. It's time to be restored to the same manner and culture of outreach that we find in the New Testament church. It's time to remember that Christianity is a movement. So let's move. Let me tell you what happens when a church turns outward. Here's what happens when a church embraces a culture of outreach. Again, look at the book of Acts. The church was climbing in number from 3,000 to 5,000 and on and upward, spreading all over the known world at the time. When the church turns outward as a collective, we see, yes, an increase in number, but what we also see is that members that are already there, they're being strengthened by one another and encouraged by one another as we labor in that work. There's nothing like standing on the front lines with another saint and being encouraged in the same mission and in the same purpose as them. When a church turns outward, we see a greater and a stronger bond within the already existing members who are doing the work. And then there's no time for pointless squabbling when we're consumed with laboring in the field of evangelism, side by side, making disciples. Remember in Acts, the church had all things in common. They were rejoicing. They were abiding in the true doctrine of the apostles, spreading the word all the way. All this and more are the fruit that we can see when we embrace a culture of outreach. We're going to see this culture begin to develop and emerge more and more here at the church in Kettering. The kingdom has come to us, and now let it come forth. I got a couple of really, really exciting things in the work for the church here, and I'm so excited to share those with you very, very soon. I want you to stay tuned, and I hope that you're very blessed.